Welcome back to Live Life. You know, at moments when you're struggling and you're going through these really difficult times and you really don't know whether you're going to overcome these obstacles or these challenges, or they just keep recurring, that you're always struggling, you feel like it's the same stuff, and then you almost become cynical in a way of like, oh, it always happens. Like the negative thinking that comes on when things are just not going your way. Sometimes you want things so much that you think that you need them. Like you need a relationship. You need a car. You need this job. You need to go to this college. It's like you always need these things. And the truth is that you really don't know if you need it until later on. You can't really determine if the reason why you're not getting it is because it's not meant for you, or maybe it's not the right time, or these things are just not going in the direction that you want them to. But what I've experienced in life is that some things are just meant to be, that things don't happen when they shouldn't because they're not meant for you. And sometimes they're not meant for the person that is on the other end, on the receiving end. So say if you want to go in a relationship and they may like you and you may like them, but then it's not the right time. And maybe it's just not the right fit for both sides. And sometimes you could take a chance, but if you know the history of a certain person, then you know that it may not work out. And if you don't have time on your side, then you can't take those risks and make certain sacrifices, because it's not worth it. If you're going for other things, like you have your dream, you need to rebuild your life, that you've fallen behind because of the decisions you made, because you wanted to do the right things. You wanted to go to school. You wanted your dream, so you took other jobs, and you just didn't have stability. Your heart was in the right place, and that's why sometimes you get drawn to other people. You get drawn to other people is because you see that they want something like you, that they have a dream, and it could be the same dream, and that gets you to make that emotional connection with them. And maybe there's just so much conflict on both sides, and so two people are put in a situation, and there's a lot of conflict around. Conflict of, it could be financial, it could be other people getting in the way, situational. It could be so many things, and that it doesn't work out because it's not meant to be for both sides, because something else is waiting. Something that is better is waiting in the background. We don't even know that, because there's times that I wouldn't get a certain job that I wanted. Maybe I want to work at Netflix, and then all of a sudden they start laying off all these people. I want to like go into Hollywood and be a writer, and then I get around people that want me to write stuff for them, or they want to control the story, and they want to change things that are just not consistent with the genre or the body of work that you're trying to create. Because sometimes people are stuck in their ways, and they want to do things the way they want to do it, and they have no success in their past to validate why are they doing something a certain way and trying to tell a story a certain way, and it's not working out, and they're so stuck on the story going in this direction, and they're not willing to entertain other ideas. And it may not have been their story to begin with, but they want to hijack it. I mean, those things happen because sometimes when people see someone, and if they're not confident, say the person they see could be struggling, could have financial problems, could be lacking some confidence, maybe doesn't really have that voice to speak up, and that person could go step away from all the people that know that they are struggling and that they know that things are not going in the way that they anticipated. And then all of a sudden that person, like a few years later, they could come back and be super confident and be back on track and have their life mapped out for them. It's like when you go hiking, if you never went on a trail before, you don't really know what to expect. You don't know how high the hills are going to be. You don't know how the gravel is going to be. If you don't know if you're going to slip or fall because you've never been on that trail before. You don't know how hot it's going to be. You don't know what gear you need, but you've done hiking before, so you know that you need water. You know that you need some good shoes so you don't go sliding down the hill and injure yourself or get into a bad situation where you fall and tumble down a big hill, and even worse, that you could get trapped in the hills or even die. These things could happen if you go hiking, but you have experience with hiking and you know what it's about. You know the broad spectrum of hiking, and you're confident in your abilities to go hiking. So you got to trust the process, and you got to believe that's going to happen. And if you start to be negative and you start to put yourself down and you start to not believe, then you're going to self-doubt, and you're going to start overthinking, and you're not going to do what you need to do because you're going to make excuses. You could do so many things in life. There's many things you could do, and you don't need certain things to do them. You just assume you need them. So don't make the excuses and just go after your dream. Don't think, just do like Maverick says. Until the next time, love yourself. I would say value yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. Peace out.